Welcome to Elysian Road for the first time today.
Welcome to Elysian Road for the first time today. It
Definitely
is.
not the second
It's
time.
us. It's us. Definitely not the second time. Hopefully my video will peter out here. I seriously it's been doing this. I don't know what is going on. I'm so frustrated. Um,
The webcam's not going to do that to me when I get it, is it?
no, it's not. It literally just started doing it yesterday.
Okay.
And it's just on Zoom, so I don't know what's going on. So, we're here and we're playing Elysian Road. I'm excited because I think we're gonna get to see two of these players go on a date, which I'm pretty pumped for.
That might be a loose definition of the word date, but we'll go with
Fair.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't consider it a date necessarily in their own minds, but so Connor and Jared will eventually be with us, but they're not here now. It's all right. It's all good. And we're gonna go ahead, I guess, and just zoom back. Oh man, flashback. Oh, I forgot that I do that as a thing at the beginning here. Totally didn't think about one.
Nice.
So you know what we see? I think the first flashback that we see, or the flashback that we see at the beginning of this episode, rather, is the camera comes up and it is a I'll just ask you, Josh. Where was Till when I'm trying to remember what the beginning of your first little paragraph blurb was? Where were you when you got hired on to the ship that you were first a crew member of? What do we see around us as the camera fades in?
Kind of. I'm not positive.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we get is a sort of a pan around a bazaar of sorts. There's a couple of ships have landed in kind of a circle shape, and amongst them are little stalls and booths, and we have a decent crowd of people moving around looking at the various exotic wares that are being sold. You can tell by kind of the setup of everything that it's very, very temporary, very itinerant. And the folks doing the selling are kind of hawking things a little bit, intensely. You get the shot of the merchant holding up the silk, and he says, "Last day we're here, special sales," and you can kind of see off to one side there's, near the back of one of the ships, is a little booth set up, and on the sign it just says, "Help wanted, inquire within."
Yeah.
That's kind of what's going on around us.
Sure, yeah. So I think so I'm sorry, you described where's Till in this?
Sorry, yes, Till's in the booth at
Gotcha.
the moment, sitting across the table from the captain.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I think the captain looks at you and he says, "So, you want to hire yourself onto my ship? What kind of qualities do you have? What makes you the right choice?"
Till shifts a little bit nervously. Hasn't really done this before. But he kind of scratches at his chin stubble. He's like, "Well, I'm a fast learner, sir, and I think of myself as a good pilot."
You think of yourself as a good pilot. Well, I didn't ask you what you thought. I asked what was the truth. Are you a good pilot, Till Adrent?
I mean, I can outfly most of the folks in the racing circuit here.
Where are we, Mr. Adrant? What planet is this?
Midas, sir?
Midas. Is Midas known for the racing circuit, Mr. Adrant?
Depends on where you go in Midas.
They
sir.
aren't known for the racing circuit, Mr. Adrant. I don't care if you can fly a fast lap in a race on a backwater planet that nobody cares about. And like that's maybe not entirely true. Like Midas is kind of important, but like he certainly doesn't have a good opinion of it. But he says, what I want to know, Mr. Adrant, is, are you going to be the sort of pilot that I want flying my ship in the void of space? Do you have the guts to make the hard decisions? Do you have the wherewithal to be able to chart a course through drive space? Do you have the charm? No, I'm kidding. You don't need charm for this job. I'm not hiring you for your charm. Do you have what it takes, Mr. Adrant, to fly my... And he thinks about it. He's like, it's basically my child. My wife, you could even maybe think. It really depends on your opinion. But my ship, the most important thing to me. What can you say to me that will make me want to let you... Let me put it this way. Mr. Adrant. You're asking for my daughter's hand in marriage.
Till kind of blushes at this, and he's very, very uncomfortable by this statement.
What makes me want to give my daughter's hand in marriage to a city rat like you?
I don't know where women came into this exactly, but
It's an analogy, Mr. Adrant.
I know a good ship when I see one. And that's a good ship. And he kind of goes and briefly goes over some of the high points of the ship's design
Yeah.
and the precision of the guidance computer that was standard on them and the power of the engine and kind of some of the just kind of rabbles it off like he's been studying this sort of thing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And like didn't know how to bring it up, but now that you've mentioned it, I do happen to know this.
Yeah, and so I think his eyebrow raises higher and higher, like as you continue your explanation. And when you finish, he looks at you and he says, "You know your stuff. Knowledge alone isn't gonna cut it, though, Mr. Adrant. I know you know ships. It's very obvious from the intense technical descriptions you just gave me, and I'm frankly impressed. But you need knowledge, and you need guts. Do you have guts, Adrant?"
He kind of looks
Steel?
down. Yes, sir, I think I do.
You think
Calm.
you do?
I'm digging a hole for Tail, aren't I? He's...
A man who has steel girders in his backbone. A man like that doesn't say statements like "I think." He says statements like "I know." Do you know that you have guts, Mr. Adrant?
I know the titanium's stronger than steel. And I know my backbone's made of titanium, sir.
He smiles wide. And I think he says, "Now about that charm." And then we fade out. And so we pull back up on the Void's Grace. And I think we would probably just pull up with Till. Where's Till? What is he doing on the Void's Grace right now?
So have all of our passengers disembarked?
Yep.
Okay. I think Till is. How much time has passed since the end of the last session?
Only like a couple of hours.
Okay. Okay. So I think Till's probably shuffling a few things around in the cargo bay, making room for whatever happens to be the next mission they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Inventorying things and just busying himself in here somewhere.
Yeah, sure. So I think we just we see you doing that, right? Let me just get this like panning shot of you you doing that, and I think like we just hear like, you know, the opera music that you're playing like in the speakers fade up with you as
It's definitely filling the entire space.
yeah. And you're just, you know, doing the inventory and all that stuff while you you are there doing your thing and listening to music and whatnot. And I think you get a message on your comms device. You just hear that like a ping.
Iterant.
You look and it's actually a text message.
Oh, text message. Okay.
Yeah, and so it basically reads trying to think of how they'd phrase this. You see, my name is Peter Botten. I'm your employer. Meet me at these coordinates, and he like gives you some coordinates in the city that you're on in on New Kaiser right now. And you know, like you recognize the name. You're like, oh, okay, Mr. Botten. That's the guy that I found the job for. When you looked at the board, the listing.
Okay.
Yeah, and he basically gives you like a time like this evening basically. So it's like we can, I guess, like maybe it's like the next day basically. And so he's saying like this evening, meet me like 9 p.m. at, you know, local standard time at my abode, and he like gives you coordinates.
Till sends a basic understood, see you then kind of message.
Yeah, and then I think you get back a message. In this counter. Now I gotta redo the overlays real quick.
Oh no.
It's all good. It's all good. You see a text message back, and it just says, let's see. It says, "Speak to no one of this job."
Who's no one?
He's like basically like keep it hush hush. Like you don't need to tell anybody. Yeah. And so you I think we basically we cut it to that point to Evelyn, and we kind of see what she's been up to. So what's Evelyn been up to in the time that you guys have like gone through space, landed on New Kazhern, and just kind of like all your passengers have disembarked and done their own thing? What have you been up to? You're muted.
No, I'm good.
Oh, there you go. Now I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, so I think obviously during the whole of the last session that like started and left from, she has just been doing her research on romance.
Right.
And I mean, all of those things and everything else involving romance. And she's been a little weird about it. But on the planet, I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, did you just keep yourself like holed up in your room so far?
I guess so. No, I feel like she's been exploring. I feel like she's just been exploring.
Okay.
Exploring the planet, probably away from the people that, you know, she's stuck on the ship with all the time. She's probably just been exploring, probably like trying new things, like looking around and being like, oh, I've never been to this kind of place before, and you know, going there and just kind of learning social things about people that she hasn't noticed before.
Okay. You know what I realized, Connor? We didn't do your level up stuff. Totally forgot about that. We'll do another break.
Okay.
So I think like we can basically say, right, like this stuff is probably that you're doing is probably going to lead you to get like new skill points and stuff, because you have those, right? You can like put them on like talk, for example, or whatever, like no or something, you know, and kind of be stand-in for some of those things that you've been doing. Is there something specific about romance that you want to know? Like that would involve a role?
How to seduce. 100%.
Seduce
He wants to know
someone? Okay. Well.
And not in the terms of it ends sexually, but it ends with her being able to tell the person whatever she wants them to do. Like she wants to be able to.
So seduction for power's sake, not for.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to think of what role that might be. Let me look. I feel like it's probably a notice role to like notice like the stuff you're seeing and processing it in the romance movies.
Okay.
So yeah, make a notice roll, and so your exact intent is to be able to like seduce someone for power's sake.
Yep, 100%.
Okay, so let's say difficulty 9.
9.
Yeah, I think this is not Evelyn's forte.
We're not playing Burning Wheel.
With charisma. Yeah, no, it's not a 9 difficulty in Burning Wheel. That would be ridiculous.
Well.
Whoa. Well. So Evelyn, I think you think that you know how to seduce someone.
Please tell me that was the knowledge roll for
Here we
seducing.
go.
No, it's not a roll for seducing. But yeah, so I think you've watched some really horrible romance movies, and basically all that you have learned is that to seduce someone. So guys, help me out here. What would be a really horrible way that Evelyn could think that?
I mean, was it really romance that you watched? I mean,
Exactly. What she learns is in order to seduce somebody, you have to do embarrassing things.
Yeah.
with the person.
Perfect.
That's great.
Yeah. So she like walks around and like pretends to fall in the mud.
Right.
Oh no.
And like
Right.
100%, it looks like the most ridiculous and forced thing on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And she just kind of sits there and looks around, and nobody helps her up.
So you're actually
like-
doing this like in the city?
Yep.
In the port
100%.
that you're in? Okay, yeah.
She doesn't even like look to see if there's a particular guy that like.
You just like fall in the middle of the road.
And just-
Like,
some girl helps you up.
Yeah.
Is that true?
yeah, I think at one point, like you tried this a couple times. At one point, like a girl, like a rich looking girl with like a parasol, like walks over and just kind of like looks down at you and just says, "Are you okay there?"
Yes, she says suddenly. Yes, I'm fine.
Are you
I'm
sure?
doing
It
great.
looked like you like twisted your ankle or something. Your leg moved really weird there for a second.
No, I am doing fine. And she tries to act like as spunky as possible, and as like independent as possible.
yeah.
At following some cliche.
Mm-hmm. What's Evelyn wearing right now? What does she look like when she's going out
I
on
mean,
town?
she probably wears the second of her 3 outfits.
Right, the gray one.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah. So, I think she just kind of like is looking down at you. Do you like stand up already?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she looks at you and she says, well, as long as you are sure that you're okay, you just kind of like fell down in the middle of the road, so I just figured I'd ask. I'm gonna go now. And then she just like walks down the road.
And I feel like Evelyn understands that she should be embarrassed right now, but just isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yep, okay, this isn't working. And it just kind of goes back to the ship.
Yeah. Cool. So, what's the plan, guys? Ode, you're gonna go on a date? That's what's happening?
At some point, that's the plan.
Okay. Well, so I guess like Evelyn or Till or Dylan, like, is there anything that you're gonna be doing like in the morning, afternoon here before that date happens?
I follow them.
Oh no.
Awesome. You're gonna sneak after them on their date. So you probably like, catch wind of this, right? Like you
That
hear.
sounds like a roll.
Yeah, no, it's going to be right. Yeah. You catch wind of it, right? Like you catch wind of the fact that Odin and Dylan are just gonna like go out and eat somewhere. And yes, you just decide to like follow them.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, Till or Dylan, are you doing anything before the date happens that we want to catch up with?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we just go to that then. I think first we just have Evelyn make the roll, I guess, because that will like determine how this goes, whether or not you guys totally notice like right away that she's like following you guys,
Right.
or
Should I? What is the roll there? Sneak.
yeah, it'd be sneak. Sneak with dexterity. Well, okay. So how are you sneaking exactly? Like they're like going through, like, the port.
Well, I mean, she's a soldier in her head. You know what I mean? Like she's not.
Right. So you're like tactically like stealthing.
Or yeah, maybe it's intelligence.
I don't think it's intelligence. No, because like even knowing like about like stealth stuff isn't gonna help you actually
not
be
knowing
more
about
stealthy.
stealth stuff, but like knowing about the places she's going to.
You can make a no roll to give you like a bonus
Okay.
if you want. Yeah, no with intelligence.
I mean, she did just come out here to try to learn more about the city,
Sure. Yeah.
so this isn't very far fetched.
Yeah, just like difficulty 7. It's like a standard.
Okay. For some reason. Okay. Perfect. Attribute intelligence, obviously.
Yep.
Right? Perfect.
Yep, no problem. So you get a
And
+1 on your sneak roll with dexterity.
Okay.
And this will be against their notice, I think. So just roll it, and we'll see. Okay, cool. So Dylan, do you want to make a notice roll with wisdom, I guess?
Okay.
And then when David gets back, we'll have him make the same roll, just in case. Oh, hi, David.
Yeah, sorry. That's being
Fine.
difficult.
I didn't see you on the camera at all, so that was funny because you just like. Whoop.
Hey, did I figure out why everyone was so logical last in the second session or whatever?
Why someone was so logical?
Why everyone was so illogical?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think you really.
anybody's ever figured out.
Okay.
Why teenagers are so illogical? I don't know if you'll ever. Figure it
Well,
out.
specifically, like why the people that didn't want to kill the pirates were so illogical.
Right.
He's pretty much. Well, I guess you could kind of rephrase it and say why she's so different, but she doesn't think about it that way.
Yeah. What attribute
Okay.
did you ever notice with?
Wisdom.
Either something changed on the screen or I'm just blind to where to roll.
Yeah, you might be in the like edit mode again. Here, let me double check. So make sure you're on the character sheet tab. Yeah, you're on the edit. There you go. You should be able to do it now. You should just be able to click on one of the skills.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, if that happens again, there's
Yeah.
the little thing in the top right that's a little pencil. Just make sure that's not highlighted.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, neither of you notice Evelyn sneaking behind you. So I guess
Great.
we see Owen Dylan like
Yes.
walking. Okay, so like describe to me, I guess, David and Carly, like what do Dylan and Ode look like when they're like walking off to go to this like burger joint or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. I found a bad place.
Yeah,
Darn it.
you're going to some like trashy fast food place.
Space McDonald's.
Yeah,
Awesome.
McDonald's.
It should just be like a super intense bar or something.
or that. Yeah.
like all the reviews were actually really good. They're like, this place is the best, and I was like,
make,
this
make
must
a
be
luck
great.
check, Ode. A
Okay.
luck save, rather. We'll just see how bad this thing is.
Okay.
I thought we did that last session.
Not for this particularly.
Oh yes.
There you
We
go.
made a
Yeah,
luck
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So I think it's gonna be like a trashy fast food place, but not like somewhere dangerous.
Oh,
What?
somewhere dangerous would have been way better. Okay. Can it be somewhere dangerous instead?
Would you rather have that?
That would be a lot less embarrassing, I
Gosh.
feel.
I don't know if I want to give that to you then. Oh, well,
I passed. the
oh,
luck
that's true.
roll.
You cast a luck. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. If you, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you can decide. So, what do you want it to be then?
Well,
Just like a hardcore bar?
I think so. Carly, would you
Okay.
prefer it was dangerous or lame?
It's probably be more interesting if it's dangerous. But
Yeah. Also, then I can be like, I have a reason to leave other than
I don't care.
stupid. All right, let's do dangerous.
yeah, let's do dangerous then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
Uh,
okay, so it's like the Chainsaw Bar and Grill. It's
awesome.
what it's called.
That's why I picked it. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
It
Nice.
just sounded like super cool, right? You're just like, oh yeah, Chainsaw Bar and Grill. That sounds awesome. But yeah, this is like literally like the place where like all the illegal stuff on this
Great.
in this
Awesome.
port city
Doing
happens.
good. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So Odin Dylan, like, what does it look like when you're like walking along? Like, are you like awkwardly standing like a long distance from each other? Like, what does it look like? What are you wearing as well?
Ode's actually wearing a shirt this time, so
That's good.
and
Wait, were you saying that you weren't wearing a shirt when you were like walking around the town?
Yeah.
before?
Hold up. What? Why?
no, I don't think I was.
Wow.
What? I remember I just had a bandage on.
Oh yeah.
What did you say, Connor?
Why did you even make that comment? I mean, what happened last session?
I got shot, so I had a bandage on. And I wasn't wearing my shirt.
Hey. Okay, that makes a lot.
You got shot in the chest, remember?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dylan, sorry, were you not done?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so Dylan's not wearing like anything super fancy,
Mm-hmm.
but she's wearing more than she usually does. Like usually she wears
She's
just
wearing more than she.
No,
usually
I
does.
mean like fancier clothes than she
That
normally
just
does.
sounded funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like usually she just wears, you know, a pair of pants and a random shirt, but like her outfit seems to actually like coordinate and
Right.
it's a little neater and there's no like wrinkles or anything.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. You guys are so similar in so many ways, and I love it. Like Dylan and Ode are just like,
Yep.
you know, the
Yeah.
lazy gamer people, and then it's just like, oh yeah, maybe I should like make an effort. I don't know.
I'm wearing my only pair of not sweatpants,
Yeah.
and the
What-
only
what are
shirt that I
they?
have that has buttons on
What
it.
kind of pants are they?
Jeans,
Jeans,
probably. And then yeah, there's actually some buttons on my shirt,
Mhm.
and
David?
yeah.
They're not jeans. They're space jeans.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Spleens,
There's
that's what I like to
spleens.
call them.
There's spleens.
Spleens.
My spleens.
Oh, and Dylan definitely has her hair down, which is not
Mm.
common for her.
Hey, awesome. My hair looks exactly the same.
Like every guy going on a
it's-
date.
It's
ever.
washed though. Yeah, so I mean, I assume he normally washes it, but
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I have my rifle obviously, which is probably weird looking for normal people. And then yeah, he has another like, I guess it would be like a little like a bag over his shoulder, like
Mhm.
a tubular bag with a sword in it. And yeah, I mean that's about it.
Sure, yeah. So Dylan, do you have your weapons?
I kind of want to say she doesn't have her sword with her,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
which might not be a good idea, but
Yeah, so we see Dylan like strangely without a sword on her, which is not something we usually see. And so I think basically what we get is like the awesome like cartoon shot, right, of like you guys like walking along, and then we see Evelyn like in the background, right, like hiding behind like trash cans and like using a bush to like, you know, obscure her as she walks across the main.
Yeah, the
fence.
trash can just stands up and starts
Yeah,
moving.
exactly.
Then
Yeah.
stops. Starts moving.
Yep.
We have the obligatory solid snake scene. She's under a cardboard box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Evelyn's like following you. So, I mean, what's your purpose in this, Evelyn? To like following them?
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's just literally to observe a date.
Right. Like, how does one date?
Yeah, because she knows these people, and so she
Sure.
knows how different they're acting,
Mhm.
and so she's trying to incorporate it into herself of like what she needs to be able to do and know in order for this to work.
Sure. Okay, cool. So you guys are standing in front of the Chainsaw Bar and Grill, and obviously there's like a big neon chainsaw at the top of it. It's
Nice.
written in English and then in Greek and then in Japanese, all like at varying places on the sign.
How seedy does it look from the outside?
Make a notice check.
Awesome. So good at those. So glad that.
Notice
It's-
with wisdom, yeah.
All right. Thanks.
You just probably think you're just like, oh man, the themes of this, like they're going all out with like the thematic elements here.
Yeah. So he gets there. And he's like,
It's supposed to look
Uh,
seedy.
I mean, it seems like a little bit much, but the reviews are really good. So I hear they have chainsaw burgers. I thought that sounded good. He shrugs. Just kind of like opens the door for her.
I don't know if Dylan's ever had a burger. So maybe she's probably had a burger before.
I feel like you can't
She
be in
probably
gaming
just,
culture without having to had a burger
nods
at
and
some
says,
point.
"Burgers are good."
Have you had chainsaw burger?
I really hope that like Dylan just actually really likes it, even though it's like the worst place ever.
She probably will.
Uh-huh.
Knowing her
It's gonna be
character.
great.
This is gonna go terribly. I can't wait.
Yeah, so you guys, I guess, walk in.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's basically like every movie's like seedy bar with like biker gangsters like in it, right? Like you have just a bunch of guys in leather. There's a bunch of like hover motorcycles like outside the establishment. And yeah, it's just a bunch of bike gangs. It's basically what is in here. You see like the proprietor of the bar. He's doing the obligatory washing of the glass. And he has like a bunch of arm tattoos. He's wearing like a sleeveless shirt, and he's like super buff, and he's bald, like has an eye patch, and yeah, he's just like washing the glass, and he like, kind of like stares at you with his one beady little eye, as you come in, and I think like the music they're playing it's not the like bands that you listen to, Ode, but it's like it's metal, right? Like it's older metal
Close
though,
enough.
right? It's like from like 20-30 years ago, and
It's vintage.
yeah, it's vintage metal. And I think like we get the like obligatory record scratch moment where like everybody just like turns and looks at you guys as you walk in, and like you're just completely out of place, but nobody says
I
anything.
mean, I have a rifle. Am I really that out of place?
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay, all right.
You're not wearing leather. That's the main thing.
I wave.
You're also 15.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I wave, and then I
Mhm.
lean over, and I'm like, "This is kind of weird."
So I think a tall, like Norwegian, like very like buxom blonde lady, comes over to you guys, and she's obviously like a waitress, and she has a tray, and she comes over and she says, "What can I get you? Where would you like to sit?"
Do you have a booth?
Yes, I have a couple booths over here.
Awesome. Perfect.
What's the occasion? She says this like she walks you over to your booth.
He just looks at Dylan and is like, kind of shrugs, like, I don't know what to call it.
I don't know either.
So neither of you just say anything, and
Yeah, we just look at each
yeah.
other like,
Yeah.
She looks at you and she just like winks at you, Ode. She's like, "Oh, I see."
yeah, sure.
puts down like grimy menus in front of you as you sit down at the booth. And yeah, like the light above you is like flickering.
Great.
And yeah, so she leans in close.
Is this what the place looked like in the pictures on Spoogle?
No, definitely not. Yeah.
No? Okay.
You recognize it, right? Like the pictures are there, but like it's 20, 30 years out of date, the pictures. And so this is like when the pictures are like from when it first was made.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah. He looks over his menu. He's like, to be honest, this is not quite like what Spoogle said it was going to be like.
Oh, don't trust everything you read on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. Hey, yeah, so I'll have one of these chainsaw things.
Ignore that I just randomly did like a 50s waitress accent there. She's still Norwegian.
I just went over my head. It's all good.
So sorry, what did you say?
He said he wanted a space chainsaw burger.
Yeah, so she says, "Oh, that's very popular here.
Yeah,
it's what we're known for. So one chainsaw burger, and what would you like, sweetie?"
Dylan just says, "I'll have the same thing."
So 2 chainsaw burgers.
Rule of date number 1, especially when you're married, you never order the same thing that your significant other does, because or else
not
you
married.
try each other's stuff.
Yeah.
Also, it's probably the only thing on the menu that doesn't look like it'll kill us.
That's true.
And that's saying a lot because it's a chainsaw.
yeah. You chose the chainsaw burger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she writes a couple things on her notepad, and she says, "Well, I hope you enjoy the meal.
Thanks.
What would you like to drink?"
I assume there's alcohol on the menu.
There is, yeah.
I picked something alcoholic. I don't know. It's probably called like gore beer or something, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I'll have one of those.
All right, and she just writes it down.
Awesome.
Dylan just kind of stares at him for a second and looks back down at her menu and just says, "Oh, I'll have a ginger ale, please."
So she looks at you and she says, "I'm sorry, did you say ginger ale?"
She nods.
So,
All right.
funny story.
Mm-hmm.
Bars and stuff don't generally carry ginger ale.
Yeah,
But what they
that's what I
will
was
do
thinking.
is they'll put Diet Coke and Sprite. I think it's Diet Coke and Sprite mixed with a little bit of bitters, and they'll call it ginger
It's not
ale.
just a bar, though. It's also a restaurant.
It's a bar and grill. It's true.
That's the place that I worked. If you ordered ginger ale, they'd be like, "Well, we could mix something that's like it."
Yeah,
And
so
if
I
you
think
insisted, then they'd be like, "You have the best ginger." It's the weirdest half combination, but so many places do it apparently.
yeah, I think that's basically exactly what happens here, right? She looks at you and she's like, "Are you sure that you want ginger ale? We kind of just trails
It's
off."
actual ale.
Do I need to make a roll to see if I can understand what she's saying?
Not exact. I guess, yeah. Just make a notice check with charisma, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely know
Great.
what.
Great. Okay, so she just nods again.
All right, 1 ginger ale coming up. She just writes it down, and we see her write down diet soda, like Diet Coke, Diet Space Coca-Cola, and yeah. So she starts to turn away, and then she says, "Oh, and by the way," and she kind of points to her like name tag. My name is Iceland Nerby. Just give me a holler if you need anything." And then she like goes off. And then you realize that like all of the bikers have still been like staring at you. Just like a bunch of tough guys just like looking at you. A bunch of women with like half-shaved heads, just kind of like.
Okay. Yeah, I just pretend not to notice.
Just put your menu like above your.
Yeah.
Actually, you take the menus, I guess, but. So Evelyn, we cut to you outside. How are you wanting to get into the establishment here without being noticed?
About that. I guess
Mistakes were made.
I'll try to on the roof.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Make a.
Just look through the. No, I think I'm trying to get on the roof and just kind of like, is there any way I could get into the roof? Like not get into the roof, but like look down on them from the roof.
Make a luck save.
Well, that's creepy.
A luck save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because luck save is used to answer questions that might not have answer questions
like,
like
oh, I
that.
don't know,
Like how
maybe.
lucky
Yeah.
how lucky do we get to have a skylight or something,
Yes, exactly.
right? Okay. That's a cool mechanic.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's a solid roof. There's no like skylights or windows or like even like, you know, broken parts of the roof or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that. There's like a chimney, so you could like go down the chimney, but there's smoke coming out of the chimney right now. So not recommended.
Okay. Well,
Your stealth still rides, so like you can still like sneak around and stuff, but like
right, but
yeah.
I can't really get in there.
yeah, you can't just like walk in the room still being stealth. So
Okay. Don't really see any type of skill that will help me here. I don't know. I mean, I can just walk in, can't I? Can't I just become the?
I mean, based on the bikers' reactions to us walking in, chances are they'll all look at you, and then we'll be like, "Oh, hey, look."
yeah,
it's Evelyn."
everyone will instantly know that
Right.
that Evelyn walked in.
Although I guess you don't technically know that, but you do have a psychic power for that.
Right. So, I mean, no, I don't think she's gonna use that on this though. I'm pretty sure she's just gonna, like, she just walks in. So,
Sure.
I mean, can she make some sort of like save or reaction to all of this?
What do you mean?
Like, can she try to do something? Like, after she walks in, once everybody figures out what the heck is this kid doing here?
Like what?
I mean, I don't know, like dive, just dive behind something.
I suppose like you could like the bikers will notice of you, but I guess if you like dove behind something right away, then when Dylan and Ode look over, they may not see you, but like they know that someone just dove behind something. You could like try disguising yourself. You could just like go to a window and try to like look in.
I could do the window.
Okay,
Go
yeah.
rummaging around in the saddlebags outside and see if there's anything to find
Like
there.
extra leather. You just like.
Yeah, for real though.
So what do you do?
I'm just gonna start peering through the window.
Okay, yeah. So you just sneak over to the window, and look in, and so
creepy.
yeah, Evelyn's just like peering through the window, looking in at your date. So how awkward is this, guys? That's the question I have.
Probably pretty awkward.
Yeah. Are you there right now, David? Or did you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, sorry.
just-
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Ode would try and make a conversation, but it's probably like small talk, right? Like,
Right.
so, Till's your uncle. That's cool. What's up with that? Like that kind of stuff.
Didn't see that one coming. And
His name's not Bob.
So Evelyn, as you're at the window, you quickly realize that you can't hear them over the
Right.
music. So
I
you
was
could.
wondering when you would make that connection. I was
Yeah.
kinda hoping you, didn't.
Yeah. Do you want to attempt to remedy that? Because
Yeah,
you know what two things that.
No, we have what's it called? Wait, okay, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you know, the two things that you do have available to you is a ship armory, which with every type of TL4 equipment, and magic, psychic powers that allow you to automatically have an object on you if you know, because you psychically saw you needed it.
You have tech devices on us at all times.
Yeah, I think it would make sense that Evelyn would have brought this along even without her psychic power. So that's probably fine.
Right.
But yeah, you can have like a listening device probably. Let me double check the equipment look, or the equipment list rather.
Well, no, we always have devices on us to.
Oh, like comms and stuff. Is that what you're referring to?
Comms.
Right, but I'm assuming they don't have their comms on while they're having a conversation.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, so you could try hacking into it. You could try doing that.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
you could try a rolling program to like hack into their comms device and listen to their conversation.
Just remotely activate it.
Yeah.
But
So
only
program with
only
intelligence.
on my channel.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That not everybody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
so programming with intelligence, difficulty 8.
Caleb.
Mhm.
If he fails this, can he just pipe it into
Oh yeah,
the ship's
that's exactly what I was going to
system
have
too?
happen. Yep.
Okay,
Excellent.
but can I? Are
Awesome.
there points that we can?
It's like Castle in the Sky.
I haven't seen that.
Stuff with?
No, not after the
Not
fact.
in this game either. Oh, I could have done before it, but not.
Yeah. You could have like rolled another thing to like help you or whatever, or ask someone for help or something like that. But yeah, so what happens is you think that you're just piping it to your comms, but instead you're piping it to everyone's comms. So
Thanks, guys.
Till and Fergus's
Wait, do we get
private...
to roll to see if we notice our comms turn on randomly?
No,
Wait,
I don't think he
maybe
has a
that's
good enough
how
roll that
we
he
put it
doesn't
on,
activate it for
or-
either of you. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like
Make a notice roll.
Something like that. Okay.
With
I mean, given there's also music super loud and all that stuff. So.
with intelligence, I think.
Okay.
No, I don't think either of you notice. Yeah.
The mediocre rolls. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Till, the ship suddenly starts playing Ode and Dylan's awkward conversation. So I think you start hearing. So
Awesome.
Till's your uncle. That's cool.
I do have an actual conversation topic if we need one. So,
Mhm.
but
So I don't think it's very possible for this to come back to me though, does it? Like that seems rather unlikely.
What do you mean?
Connor, there's this nifty little thing called the syslog.
Mhm.
And if the syslog exists here and now, it is going to exist in space
Yeah,
too.
Till is definitely gonna be
So
able to find
Till
this
is going to
information.
be checking the space syslog at some point.
the space
At
system.
some point, but he's not gonna just automatically assume that there's foul play. What he's
Going to be super confused why his opera shut off in the
Yeah.
middle of
Right.
in the middle of a chorus.
Right.
Yeah, so we start hearing, we hear like, oh, so Till's your uncle, huh?
But like a couple of awkward scenes. Like it's pretty, it's pretty realistic that they would just think, they actually turn on their comms. That's funny, right?
You can certainly attempt to weasel out of this, but that's for the future.
Right.
Yeah, so let us know what's the conversation that
The
we
future.
hear in on when Evelyn turns on the comms.
So is it not the?
Yeah, it can be that, or it can be something else. It's up to whether or not like any part of that conversation is interesting to either of you, right? Like if you want to talk about Till being Dylan's
Right.
uncle.
Well, yeah. So I think instead of that, I think he says, what was the name of the organization that did the pro gaming stuff?
The Solus
What? That
Nocte
cut out.
Entertainment Conglomerate.
Wow, that's a name.
Yep.
Okay.
You just call it Solus Nocte.
Right. Yeah.
Or you could call it snock.
Snock, yeah, you can do
I
that.
suspect that gamers would call
Yeah,
it snock.
That's not.
Yeah. Well, it technically would be SNEC
Just gonna call it
if
so.
it's, if it's the acronym.
Don't step on snack. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
Don't
tread
step
on
on
me.
SNEC.
Don't tread on SNEC.
That's one of my favorite images on the internet
I know,
right
right?
there.
It's great. Yeah, so like it says, it's not, I never asked what did you do before Solus and all that stuff. I mean, I know what you did when you were a pro because I followed your games and that stuff, but I don't think I ever asked what you did before that.
Bunch of that cut out. Say it again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he said. So what did you do before Solus? I mean, I know when you were a pro, obviously, I followed your games and stuff, but what did you do before that? I don't think I ever asked.
She just says, well, I actually worked in a gaming store.
Oh, well, that's appropriate, I suppose. That's cool. Do I know what planet you were?
It's up to Dylan, I guess, if you've ever brought it up.
Yeah, because he asked before, like a couple sessions ago.
Isaac did. Isaac asked. Remember?
No, because he asked because he was wondering if I had a religion that was.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he
Yes, you
should
did.
know, unless he forgot. But
Oh, David's on the phone. So, Evelyn and Till, what is your reaction to the conversation so far? That's just been piping through.
I mean, she's probably just kind of like, well, this is pretty much the same thing as, normal conversations are. It's different.
I think Till is going to make his way to a terminal and figure out why his music stopped playing.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, so we see Till just like go over to the terminal, try to figure out why his music stopped playing.
While also paying attention to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, because
Once in a
nothing
lifetime.
else interesting is happening on this ship right now.
Yeah.
All right, so you said I do know where you're from. Okay, so yeah, so I think he asks if it was what was the name of the planet? Sorry. It's probably
Zanless.
Zanless, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was on Zanless then? And there's floating cities and lower cities, right? In Zanless?
No, so we Zanless is has bubble cities like Cocos.
Okay.
And basically it's like it used to have like a colony of like TL4 stuff, and then something happened, it was like apocalypse or something, and everything went to crap, and then basically they're TL2 now, except they still have these giant bubble cities that are semi-functioning, and the atmosphere and like the biosphere and stuff are really like dangerous, and so they usually live in the bubbles, like the still somewhat functioning bubble cities, but don't have the power or the technology to like fix them or like keep them like do anything else with them. So
Okay, so then her like in her little thing when it said that she was in the lower cities, what did that?
yeah,
like,
so
what
we
did that mean?
yeah, I had to. That was a correction.
Yeah, I wrote that weird.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
'cause I
thought
also-
that she thought that bubble cities meant that, but they're not actually
okay.
flying. Yep.
Oh yeah, I guess I could see where that would make sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because there's another tag entirely that says flying cities. So
Right. Okay. Well, and I saw a picture on the Pinterest like page you have of a flying city, so I just assumed that was it. Okay. Then I lost my train of thought.
sorry.
No, you're fine. It does. My question doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess he just says, "What store was it? How did that? How was it? How did that get you into pro gaming? I guess it's a pretty big jump."
She says, well, my boss let me play a bunch of the games all the time. We didn't really have a whole lot of customers in there all the time. So then we had to shut down because we didn't get customers.
Oh, that's stupid.
So I had more time to do games.
Are the people on Zanless not too into it? Into gaming, I mean?
Well, our tech level isn't exactly
right,
high enough for people to be familiar with that.
Oh yeah, I suppose. So Sorry, he's not being this. Well, he probably is being this awkward in character. But, I'm just trying to formulate the question in my brain. Yeah. So I think he says. So where did you first start? I don't know if I caught that part of your career. I suppose. How did you get into it in the first place? Solus, I mean, all that stuff.
I don't know.
It's cool. I don't know how it did either.
She just says, I took a chance. I didn't know what else I would do with my life, so I left.
Well, I think Till was the one who got you off world. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, at least know that.
Okay. Then I say that. I just say, Till actually got me off world. I didn't know what else I was going to do with my life, so I figured I might as well give it a chance.
I guess that makes sense. Seems like it was a good choice, although how we said it was like a year ago that they got wrecked, so was right?
Yes.
How much do we know about that?
I mean, you were all on world when the Thousand Island Imperium basically just conquered the planet, and then they just
while we were there.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Okay,
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. And then they shut it down.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, he says, well, basically it was a good gamble, and then he says, well, until all that business with the Empire and all that, he kind of trails off because that was probably a pretty traumatic thing, apparently.
Yeah, and like there was definitely a lot of dangerous times there. When that was happening for sure.
Yeah, and I think he says, but hey, shrugs, we survived, I guess. Yeah, I think he looks around for the waiter, like, where's their food?
Sure, yeah, and there's like a couple more moments of like awkward silence, and then Iceland comes back, yeah, she lays down the 2 chainsaw burgers, and then your ginger ale, and then the boar beer, yeah, she says, well, you kids eat up then, and eat all of it, finish your whole meal. You're so skinny. And he like points to you, Ode. You need a little bit more meat on your bones.
Yeah, he says it's deceptive, and he kind of like I guess like flexes, like not flexes, but like tenses his muscle or whatever. Because I have like 2 because they're so I got to be at least a little bit something. Yeah. I mean, he's not strong.
Okay, so make an exert roll.
You don't have 2 muscles. You have a lot more than 2 muscles.
Make an exert roll
with charisma
to flex. Oh,
yeah,
great.
With charisma.
Okay. This is gonna go swimmingly. Bam.
There you go. Yeah. So I think she says, "Oh, so strong." And, like touches your muscles, right? Like feels your bicep.
That's a bit much, but all right, sure. Yeah, she's like, thanks.
That's not right.
Yeah, he shoots.
Not right.
Feeling a look like that's not what I was going for, but sure.
Yeah, and then so she looks at you again and she says, "Well, enjoy your meal," and then walks off.
Thanks. That was kind of weird. Anyways, all right. And then yeah, he tries the burger.
Yeah, so all of you, Evelyn and Till and Fergus, all heard
Dylan
that.
awkwardly takes a sip of her ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I ordered alcoholic gore.
Yep.
Do you have to make a save against poison
Guess
to
I'll
not
try
get
it.
hammered drunk?
So what did you, Ode? What did you order exactly? Like how strong is this drink? Or do you not know?
He just picked a thing
You
called
just
gore
picked a
beer,
thing?
so he
Okay.
would be intense.
So, I guess. So I think both of you have to make a physical save here, because I think it's like the burger itself is something else. Like it's.
Oh,
you're gonna,
great.
so yeah, Ode, you're gonna have to make a physical save here to actually make. Ode, you're gonna make 2 physical saves, and then Dylan, you're just gonna make 1.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so okay, so you're fine,
Oh,
Dylan.
nice.
You managed to shovel this burger down, and it's fine, and like you can handle it. It's definitely an interesting flavor.
Correct. Okay.
Awesome. So Ode is not only completely drunk, but also
Well, I mean, I don't think he was
sick
gonna
to
get
his
through the
stomach.
whole drink.
Right,
Like,
but
I have
you're-
a feeling
you're
he was
definitely
gonna
drunk.
taste it and be like, oh, okay.
Oh no.
No, like it got you. Like it's incredibly
So this
alcoholic.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Great.
So we're talking something that looks like labeled beer, looks
Yup,
like beer, but
it's not.
punches like tequila or
Yes,
vodka.
it's definitely not. Like gore, like and I think like we noticed on the menu it says gore beer in exclamation and like a quotation marks.
It's got the little asterisk.
Yeah, and a little asterisk, and it says like not actual beer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So he
definitely
takes
something
drink of it. He's
strong.
like, holy, wow, man, wow.
It burns down your throat.
Yeah. Well, and then he's trying to look tough, so he sours his face, and then he takes another drink.
Yep. And Dylan,
And,
the burger also burns down your throat, but
Great.
not as
Burger
badly.
does?
It's an alcoholic burger.
Alcoholic?
obviously.
So I think like the burgers have so much spice in them that like
Okay.
it's literally like
Okay.
it's so strong, and it's not
Because
necessarily
they're made out of nutrient paste, so they
Right.
have to season it a lot,
Yeah,
or they
yeah,
don't
exactly.
taste like anything.
It's like the Middle Ages, right? Like where you just throw a bunch of salt and spices on raw
Yeah, there's not
meat
a lot
and
of
it's
salt
fun.
on this world, so instead they use super hot, spicy.
Well, so
preservatives.
it's not hot, it's not necessarily like super hot spice. It's just really really flavorful spice, and it's just so much. It's just too much of it.
It's like somebody put a
overwhelming.
bunch of thyme and anise in the same thing.
Yeah.
Dylan
Yes,
likes
yes.
spice.
Like kick in the face
Apparently.
thyme and anise.
Right, yeah, and that makes total sense, I think. Right? Like, yeah, Dylan, you've grown up with foods like spicier than this. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So she's like just looking at him like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm like, oh, at this point I'm sweating and
Yep.
probably, yeah, more than a little drunk. But yeah, no, I'm fine. I got it.
I think after that comment, Till flips on his vital monitor
right.
just to make sure that Ode's not going to like die of a heart attack right then.
Yeah,
and
so
there.
you definitely see like do 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 like it's pretty intense.
This is
You can make a
great.
heal check to like actually make like a medical analysis.
I think at this point, Till's almost trying to make a willpower save to mess with him or not to mess with him.
Okay, yeah, make a mental save.
I mean, I don't think it's actually going to be a save because
Okay, all right.
I think it's more just he's debating that in his head.
Sure.
I'm also going to try to figure out why the sound was piped in the first place.
Uh-huh. Sure, yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely know right away. You look at the syslog and just like, oh yeah, Evelyn just hacked into it. Perfect. And so you see like her location based off of like the GPS on the comms, and you can see that she's at the same spot that Odin and Dylan are, and so she's obviously eavesdropping on them. You know everything.
Mhm. So Till just quietly switches on, opens the channel just to Evelyn's headset. It's like having fun.
He says yes.
Just deadpans it.
Yep.
Yep. Just yes.
You know, there's a name for what you're doing at the moment. It's called voyeurism, and it's generally frowned upon.
I thought it was.
If you
called-
saw it in one of those videos, it's fine.
What do you say, Connie?
I thought it was called learning.
Oh dear.
That's literally what she says.
Yeah.
Just Till just shakes his head, switches off the comm. Now, I don't know why I care. They're not my kids, I don't know why I care.
Good point. You have no authority over.
I am your niece.
This is true.
Yeah.
And you were basically my dad 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
True.
So I found this place. It's really far off on the map. I stole the map, but it was actually pretty useless. So I gave it back. But running from the drone was fun though. But I figured at some point we could go check it out. I know you like adventures and stuff. Shush, shush, baby. And
He says to his burger.
yes,
Baby.
quiet. Okay.
I'm going to see
So-
what is in that.
But anyway,
Psychedelics are in that beer.
Mhm.
yeah.
Tequila and LSD.
Yeah.
So I figured. I mean, he said there were no aliens there, but he could be wrong. So, oh gosh, child, come here. So I figured we could go try that or something. Oh, I got you a thing also, and he just like puts the sword it's wrapped in like a cloth and like in a sheath, but he puts that on the table. Like I found a guy on the planet who does stuff. So he made this. Sorry, he made this for me. There you go. Ooh, is it hot in here? It's a little.
So I think one of the bikers like kind of like lean, like it's starting to like make their way over there, and like they're like pointing at you and laughing to each other.
Are they holding any kind of drinks?
Oh yeah, they have the same thing as you do.
Oh, the same exact thing?
Yeah, the gourd beer.
Darn. Okay. I was gonna say if it was anything else, I would just take it and drink it, but.
Yeah, I think one of them, like as they pass by, like walk like by you, one of them says, "You holding your own there, Twig?"
My own what?
And then just laugh and like walk off.
I didn't get the joke. Sorry. Anyways. Oh no, baby didn't get the joke. I'm gonna mute myself now.
So, Caleb, based on the vital signs, how thoroughly hammered is Ode? Is he able to? How far do I expect him to be able to walk?
Not very far.
Okay, so he's just gonna fall over at some point.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
probably.
Okay. Oh, this is lovely. Okay.
I can carry him.
Yes. So,
Is there
Evelyn
anything I
seemed-
can do with my heal to sober him up?
Yeah, sure. Make a heal roll. To see like if you can
Okay.
kind of like get a feel on what's happening right now.
to say, Evelyn has probably seen. It's space in the future, so they've probably taken all the tropes and turned themselves on their heads multiple times now.
Yeah.
So Evelyn's probably seen movies where the gal rescues the guy and carries him back to
What
safety in
attribute?
her arms.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right.
Huh. Well.
Awesome. All right.
So you don't know what is wrong with him at all. I mean, it's obviously you would see face value. He's completely drunk. But
Even in space, they haven't figured out a way to sober you up instantly.
yeah, you could throw some cold water in his face, but like, it's kind of the only thing that comes to your mind.
Hmm.
Well,
he did
Maybe
just-
the bartender has something. You can order something
Maybe.
that's good for being drunk.
Um,
Although I don't think I'm coherent enough to do it. So
Yeah, she probably just calls the waitress back and just says, "Can we get a glass of ice water, please?"
Yeah, so she looks at you and she says, "Oh, we don't serve water here."
I'll have more of whatever that was I was drinking earlier. I don't remember what it's called.
One more gore beer?
Dylan just
Cool.
says, "No, please,
No.
we're good. We're fine."
Are you sure?
I guess maybe later. All right. All right.
Yes.
Yes. It's cool. All right. Thanks. Also, there's still a
all right,
sword.
sweetie.
But
Yeah.
or a sword-shaped bag, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so once the waitress goes off or just goes off, she grabs the wrapped sword and kind of, pulls the cloth back and I don't know, what does it look like?
So I mean, it's basically the sword that you have, except that the edges are dull. Also, I don't know, Caleb, how much like her actual sword is he able to make it? Is it just the same shape, or did I give?
No. Yeah, you can have him make basically an exact replica if you wanted to. Yeah.
Then yeah, it's basically looks exactly like her sword, except it's dulled on the edge, and there's probably like a small green like battery pack somewhere on it, or like cell pack. Yeah. Yeah, and he says the guy tried to rip me off, but I got it. I was smarter than that. It's cool. But yeah, it should, electrocute people instead of,
Yeah, so she says, wow, it looks just like mine.
Yeah, I thought you might. Yeah, I was hoping he could do that, which he did. You want to try it? I mean, yeah. That guy looks like he could take it.
Wait, that cut off. So again,
He's
please?
suggesting you pick a fight with a guy at the bar in order to be able to hit him with the stun sword.
I said, do you want to try it? That guy looks like he can take it. I don't feel so good. I'm not sure chainsaws are the right thing to put in a burger. Huh.
Ms. Calorie, I don't feel so good.
No, how dare you, Josh? No.
Okay, I get the reference, but I have not seen Infinity
still
War
haven't
yet,
seen it
so...
Wow.
Wait, okay, I didn't get the reference. I thought it was because her last name was Calorie and I ate food. Calories.
No.
What was the reference to Infinity War?
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Oh, that's how dare you. How dare you. Also, watch that movie because it's amazing.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah. How do you understand the reference if you haven't seen it? Did someone spoil it
The
for you?
internet.
Because people have
Twitter.
spoiled it for me.
Oh, wow. Did you
Because
push the throat?
Twitter.
It's terrible. Of all the moments to spoil. Anyways, yeah, so. I mean, I don't expect you to actually go hit the guy with the sword, but that was my suggestion.
Yeah, she definitely just shakes her head and says, I'm not going to do that.
All right, fair. We could go to the ruins. Maybe there's something to hit at the ruins. Although, to be fair, I didn't think about it, but I guess we have to walk there.
Yeah, she finishes off the last of her drink and says, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
Or
Well,
what?
yeah, let's.
By the way, Dylan, that's the best ginger ale you've ever had.
Nice.
Cool. All right.
So you guys just leave then?
Sure.
Okay.
I guess.
So you start to kind of stumble out. Yeah, Dylan, you're definitely gonna have to help him walk out. Because I think you basically start walking towards the bathroom ode before you really realize what direction you're going in.
Okay.
And I think all the biker people just start laughing at you guys as you as Dylan tries to lead him out. Yeah, and I think did you leave a nice tip for Iceland?
I probably didn't remember, but if Dylan reminded me, then sure.
Yeah, she probably did.
Is Ode paying for this meal?
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. How many credits were you willing to spend on this? How expensive is this stuff, do you think?
Sorry, hold on a second.
The Bab!
I mean, it's bar food, so it's probably not that expensive, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe 10 credits in total with a tip.
Fine.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, yeah, so they start walking out. Evelyn, what's your plan here?
I just
Forgot
following
about that.
You just keep following back? So you just like duck around, wait for them to like leave, and then. So where are you guys headed? Are you guys gonna go to the ruins, or are you gonna go back to the ship?
I mean, that's my plan. Go back to the ruins, or at least
Yeah.
try. Would bloodshot counteract the effects of
Oh my
being
gosh,
drunk?
Whew. You can make a heal
Please
roll
tell me it does.
or a no roll to like try to figure that out.
Me?
Yeah, if you're the one thinking about it, or if you're not thinking about it, I mean, you could just
No,
do it.
yeah. All right. Well, here we go. All right. With intelligence, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
yeah.
I just don't really know.
No, I think you think that it will counteract the effects.
Okay, I'm gonna die. Well, okay. I'm gonna roll to see if I even have one.
Okay, yeah, make
Wait,
it like.
wait. I rolled that with Space Dylan. Hold on a second.
Oh.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it's definitely not going to
right.
help you. It's gonna make things worse.
I look sadly at it.
Great.
So yeah, Dylan, you see Ode like pick up like the a syringe of bloodshot from his like satchel or whatever, and like look at it, and then right before like you would like protest anyway, he just like puts it back in his satchel. So yeah, you guys want to go to the ruins?
Yeah, he just remembered how badly it messed him up last time. He wants to be able to remember this because that'll totally happen. So, yeah, I guess we'll just spoogle our way over there.
Spoober, you mean?
What? Yeah.
Spoober, you're making
Yeah.
your way over there. Space
Yep.
Uber.
Yep. Space.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I guess you can just like grab an Uber. So the thing is, like, with the specific ruin that you were gonna go to, it's like off limits. Remember?
Yeah, I picked the one that was the farthest away from.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's also
just
like
get the guy to drive as long as he will, as far as he'll go.
okay. So I think this taxi like pulls over, at least this hover car, right? And like the guy says, you guys get in, and he's like, yeah, it's like this like guy with like a really short hair and like a cigar in his mouth, and he looks back and he's like, where are you off to?
How close can you get us to here?
He looks on the map. He's like, it's out in the middle of nowhere, kid.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there but alien ruins.
Right. How close? How much?
Well,
Right.
the road stops like 3 miles before that. You want me to just drive on
So
the?
3 miles before that. All right, cool. It just stops.
Are you crazy?
Why would the road just stop? That doesn't make sense.
Well, so the official road stops. There's like a quarantined off section. You have to go through like a.
Is that like a higher rate to
security
drive on?
check or something?
Oh, security check. I see.
Yeah. The Alien Tourist Society. They have the place closed up. Remember?
Of course.
Or
they do.
not remember, but yeah. That was the GM speaking.
Sure, the 3 miles. Why not? Yeah. Okay, sure.
Are you
Walk
sure?
3 miles. It's fine. Yeah.
So let me get this straight, kid. You're planning on hopping the fence and going to the restricted alien ruins?
Yeah. Why not? Sure.
So Dylan, I mean, what do you're having this conversation in front
There's
of
a
you.
fence. I don't.
What do you
Is it
say?
around the whole thing?
Dylan just looks at him and says, "You sure about this?"
Yeah. No, it'll be fine. It'll be great.
He's like, yeah, there's a fence around the whole thing. It's like Area 59 over there.
It's a fence. You can just electrocute it with your new thing, and it'll go away. Right. So yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
Look, man. How much does it cost?
To get you to the basically like before the check off the checkpoints, I don't know, 50 credits. It's a bit of a ways.
How much to drive through the fence and then leave?
Are you nuts? Is he right in the head, girl?
You say something?
She just kind of mouths the words so that Ode doesn't notice, but she just says, "I have no idea."
Yeah, so he like nods to himself. So man, I don't even know what to
Now he's gonna think I'm trying to like kidnap her or something.
Yeah, so I think he shakes his head and he says, "I'm sorry, I'm not taking you anywhere, kid."
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just call another one.
Where do you guys stay?
Boop.
You have an apartment. You have.
What? No, we have a ship.
You have a. Okay.
Why does that matter?
So
We're not going
you're on a ship. Okay, so where's the
Yeah.
ship? Let me take you back to your ship.
No.
You look like you could use
Look.
a glass of iced tea and like a nap.
Look, I've had way more than I need to drink. All right, I don't need to drink anything. What I need to do is get here. So,
Hey, girly.
Mhm.
I'm not talking to you, kid. Girly.
Oh.
What do you want me to do here? Do you want me to take you back to your ship? He's obviously not thinking straight.
what are you talking about?
I just remembered I have a fake cigar right here.
Yeah, she
Straight as
looks
an
at it
arrow.
and says, maybe we should go back to the ship.
All right, I'll take you
What?
back to the ship.
What? Well, okay. Sure. I mean, we could do the ruins another time, I guess.
Yeah, you
So-
can do the ruins another time. And then
Yes.
he looks at you, Dylan, and he's just like, "Don't go there."
But I mean, the ship like kills on the ship. There's nothing to do on the ship. What are we gonna do on the ship?
Well,
I
you could
heard
talk.
that. He doesn't
Wait,
actually
did you not
say
turn the
that.
comms off?
No, he didn't actually say
No,
that.
Till says that to the silence of the ship, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, but you're listening to the comms still?
Yeah.
So I am too?
Mm-hmm.
Lit.
I mean,
You
as
guys
soon
want
as
to be.
Ode got hammered drunk, he wasn't about to just stop in case he
Yeah.
actually got seriously hurt and needed
Right.
needed
Yeah.
help.
Yep, that was why you kept listening.
Yeah. So he says, you can talk to this Till fellow. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, Dylan nods and just says, yeah, Ode, I think we should go back. You need rest.
No, I'm fine. All right. Well, look. All right. We'll just play by ear. Okay. Well, sure.
Yep.
But
Sounds good. Sounds good, kid. All right, I'm turning this around. We're gonna go. Where's your ship, girly?
I'm assuming she just kind of transfers him coordinates.
Yeah. So he puts it in. He's like, no charge. It's fine. And
yeah,
then-
and he looks over at Dylan. He's like, "I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was gonna be so short. I thought. Yeah. Sorry.
No
Dylan
problem.
just waves her hand in the air and says, "It's fine."
No problem, kid. It's fine. She said it's fine.
Man, this space Uber driver is much better than you deserve.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So he his name is Fibonacci. Yeah,
Nice.
he takes you back to the Void Grace and yeah, you I guess like help Ode stumble back into the ship and crumple to his bed.
Till's just standing
Yeah.
there in the doorway, leaning on the door frame, just like, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go to my bed. That's like.
Okay, yeah, where are you gonna go?
I don't know. I mean, I assume it's still trying to hang out with Dylan. even
Right.
it's not-
Yes. What do you guys do? I guess.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, he says like, "All right, we're here. Now what?" I mean,
Is there anything that we would have on the ship that Dylan could make to at least
we have an auto
Like-
dock, right?
Yeah, you have
make
like an
him
auto
feel not so horrible?
Yeah, do we have like booze begun or something?
Yeah, you could
That's not
probably
the
do
thing.
something.
By this point in the future, I don't even know what he meant.
Yeah, exactly. You could probably just like you
Yeah.
have medical equipment, and so well,
Yeah.
wait a second. Do you? You have like maybe basic medical equipment, but like you don't have like a medical thing on the ship. Like that's a thing you could buy. So yeah, make.
Well, because I think the upgrade is called an extended med bay, which insinuates.
Oh yeah, exactly. So basic med. Okay, yeah. So that's fine. Make a
I
heal
assume-
check, Dylan, to just administer this to him if you want to give him like yeah, please
Okay.
be gone or whatever it is.
Caleb, Till's going to subtly pay the Uber driver and thank him for
Yeah. So he,
And,
keeping them safe.
yeah he thanks
Just-
you.
Pay them the 50 that he was going to charge to go out to the ruins.
Sure. Yeah, he says.
'Cause I figure that's a little more than fair
Mhm.
going out to the ruins versus just a
Yeah.
shorter trip in town.
Yes, he says, thanks, big guy. Yeah, you take care of those kids, okay? They seem like nice kids.
Does she get a bonus for the auto dock, by the way? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can just
Do
get a
I
plus
do
one.
that roll with intelligence?
Yep, intelligence and then a modifier +1.
Okay.
Yay.
Cool. Yep. So no problem.
not
So you
drunk
just like.
anymore.
Oh, I didn't put the.
That's right.
modifier
Yeah.
on.
So it's a 10. Yeah. So you just give him this booze
Nice.
be on or whatever, and you start to like sober up a bit.
Oh my head.
Yeah.
Oh. Did I get punched? What happened? I think I. Oh yeah, I got nothing.
So Till walks in, leans on the door. So, how'd it go?
I got punched in the head, I think.
Till raises.
Oh,
an
but I
eyebrow.
gave you the sword. You're just pointing at that. Good. All right. I guess at least that. What happened?
She
what-
just looks at Till and says, "He had a little too much to drink."
A little? What did you
I didn't-
order?
I had like 2 sips.
It was powerful. I don't know what it was, but
Oh, there are some things that you don't order off of menus in strange spaceports. The daily special on tap is one of them.
Look,
It's literally there to get you hammered drunk and then drinking all night.
going to bars isn't a thing I do a lot. All right. I didn't even know it was a bar until I got there because Google failed me. So, look, it's not my fault.
If you're gonna drink, at least know your limits.
I mean, how do I know my limits if I never drink, man?
You got a point.
Well, then you'll never pass your limits if you never drink either.
I don't know if this is the type of advice that you should be
Dylan
giving.
pats him on the
Till.
shoulder and just says, "You might not want to drink anymore."
Just saying is I need more
Till
practice,
just looks straight at the fourth wall and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
though. I'm not a parent. Don't
I'm
look
not
at
a parent. My parents always had younger siblings to deal with.
When it's apparent that you have failed as a parent.
Ouch. All right. Anyways,
Little propaganda for y'all.
Till just wanders back off into the rest of the ship.
well, hey, I mean, we have the games. Suppose we could do that. I haven't played. What was your game called?
What was it called?
Evercraze.
Right. Yeah, so she just says, "Yes, I want to beat you."
Oh, that's not quite what I mean, all right.
PvP
sure.
servers, let's go.
I was kind of meant on the same team, but I guess that works too. I suppose. Why not?
So she's totally used to like either playing alone or playing with Evan, the one guy
Yeah.
that she's like actually been friends with like when she was a pro gamer.
Mhm.
And so she hasn't done that in a while, so she hasn't played with anyone in a while. So she's definitely used to just playing on her own.
Mhm.
Awesome. All
Yeah,
right,
so you
this
want to log in on
This is
the
gonna go great.
yeah.
All right.
You want to log in on the so give me I guess a little bit more information about this game. Like, is it all online? Because I've been under the impression it's basically an MMORPG. But yeah, what is it? Like, what would you be doing to like fight against each other? Basically, I guess that's what I'm asking.
I don't know video games very well.
Well, I mean, I imagine like if it's got a pro scene, there's probably an emphasis on
Yeah.
like your skill over your gear, which means it's probably not
Yeah.
the RPG focused as much
Yeah.
as like I'm thinking probably more along the lines of something like Breath of the Wild or Zelda-ish
Yeah.
kind of
I think so too.
less like WoW, because
Yeah, so I guess I still have a question of like, is it all online or can you play offline?
Probably online.
Okay, so O tries to log in and he gets banned. And
Well,
he
I feel like there has to be. Well, first off, I got banned from different games. All right.
well, no, you got banned from
Second.
all video game servers in the
Wait,
system.
no. How can the people who own Triple Explosion ban me from a game they don't own? All right, that's a different game. Look, Spongy cannot ban me from Spia. EA is not good word for that. What's another? Spintendo's servers. Okay, that's not how this works.
And no, did you really just say that?
Spongy has no bearing over Spintendo's servers. Anyways,
No, but
Also-
at this point, Activision's or Spactivision has
Activision.
purchased everybody.
God.
So
Bank Division. All right.
No, stop. What?
But my point is,
Space
that-
EA closed 1,000 years ago because of
SPA.
controversies
Yeah, 'cause
over
SPA was
space
too hard
loot
to say.
boxes.
SPA.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sploot boxes got them screwed over.
God.
But listen, so here's the thing: you have to be able to play offline because 90% of the time you do nothing in this game is in hyperspace, and you can't connect.
That's
to people.
fair. That's fair. Yeah, there
That's
should
true.
probably be an offline mode. So yeah, you
Yes.
guys just
Yeah.
basically go on to like a arena fighting.
Yeah, I think I say that. I'm
minigame.
like, so I might have gotten banned from the regional server earlier. It's like a 10-day ban or something. I don't know. They don't like people who can shoot. Anyway,
it's
so
definitely a lifetime ban, but
okay. Yeah, so it's like I got banned from the regional servers.
you've got a 16,
So
dude.
so we might have to do this offline. Sorry.
She just says, "Do you get banned a lot?"
Only when I'm on
Fire.
and fire. Yeah. Normally I toe the line, can control it, but I had some bloodshot, and I don't really remember most of it, but I got banned at the end, so it must have been pretty good. I don't know. But no, I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've been permanently banned from a regional server. But who remembers? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, is this you play?
Yeah.
You don't play with controllers, right? I assume you play with like.
Yeah, you have haptic feedback suits,
Okay.
basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
at least gloves.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, I toss her gloves. Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, I
it's
guess
been a while.
it's
and,
basically just
you know,
stab, right? You guys are just gonna wail on each other with imaginary swords.
Awesome. Can I
So,
roll exert instead?
no.
What if I play the wrestling?
I forgot that I'm so overpowered.
I want to play the wrestling class that uses their exert to grapple instead.
No.
No?
No.
All right. Is there an archer class that rolls shoot?
Yes, there is.
Can I play that class?
It's up to Dylan, I guess. Like how she would set it up.
Yeah, fair. It's true.
Probably. I mean, that works.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are like okay. So I think Dylan, like this really reminds you of playing with Evan because Evan was always the archer.
Yeah.
When he played too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a crossbow? I feel like it'd be better with a crossbow.
Sure. Yeah. You could have a
That's a
crossbow.
really good gun. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
I mean, honestly, there's probably like a musket that you could get.
Yeah. No, I have like a bandolier of flintlock pistols.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
just
think so.
chuck away with
For
them.
sure.
Yeah, and then they just rematerialize.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Also, I assume I've played this game before to some degree.
Yeah, to some degree.
Do I have like a character that I can use?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, he's like, oh,
Yeah, so I
Alright,
think
yeah,
I think
I
that's the
remember this.
reason that you
Okay,
have the
alright.
flintlocks, because
Right.
you got I think because your family was rich, you got the deluxe edition pre-order,
They're-
right?
they're like solid diamonds. And
yeah,
it's great. Okay.
pay to win.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so I guess roll your respective fight skills then.
All right. I got the audio pack for the gun, so it just yells scrub every time I shoot.
Scrub, scrub, scrub. Oh yeah. So Dylan Calorie, explain to us how you beat Ode in this game. What's that look like?
I mean, like, this isn't real life, so she probably literally just stabs him.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Probably.
Just charge him and stab him at one point,
Yeah.
So I think we probably just see Ode grabbing a bunch of flintlock pistols and trying to shoot you, and
Yeah.
you're just charging forward, dodging to the left and the right, and then you just run him through super anime style.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, why? There's no sights on these things. I forgot how to. You're getting close. He's like, no, and he runs out of all the guns. And then
The punch-in shot of
I just throw one of the
his
pistols at
face.
you and miss, and then you just.
The punching shot of his face is.
Yeah.
Like the whole background suddenly goes red, and he's like,
Yeah.
full anime
Yeah,
style.
silhouette.
Yep. And you just like slide off her sword and crumble to the ground, and then we rematerialize in reality and see that you beat him. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that was good job.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, is this the kind of game where you would play more than one round? Like we probably would.
Yeah, you probably just keep playing, right?
Yeah. Like, do you want to try again?
Sure.
Yeah, this is literally like every
15.
nerd date of all time. Like you try to go out and like go outside, like do things, and you're just like, let's just go home and play video games.
Wow, yeah.
That's because he got stone cold drunk by going to.
That's true. That's not part of the normal narrative, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
I need to get the hang of these flintlocks again. Let's try it again.
yeah. So those roles like ride, right? So like Dylan ends up beating you more times out of than not, and then I think that's like the rest of the afternoon, right? You guys or the evening or whatever. You guys do that, and then let's go ahead and just take a break there and come back and figure out what this new job is. I think.
Well, that was fun.
Hey.
All right, we'll be right back with more Elysian Road after this. Stick around.
Oh boy.